Today I have a really quick hack for you on how to make frames work for your art on a budget your way. Welcome to Celebration State, where we help Christian creatives to grow in their creativity and in their love for God. I wanted to make a video on how to take frames that are super cheap and make them look sharp, make them look like they all belong in one art collection. I like to go to the Dollar Tree for my watercolor paintings. While I am getting started as an artist, I don't necessarily want to invest a whole bunch of money in the frame for my painting, especially when they're going to places like coffee shops or booth events. I don't necessarily need a super fancy frame for this kind of a thing. Here in America, we have something called the Dollar Tree, and if you are not in the States, I'm sorry that you might not know what I'm talking about, but I bet you have something equivalent. And so the Dollar Tree is this place where it used to be everything $1. Now it's like $1.25, but they still call it the Dollar Tree for some reason. Anyway, get your frames there, but the thing that you need to remember, keep in mind, these frames are incredibly cheap. They are, and when I say incredibly cheap, I mean they're so cheap that you can tell in the quality very quickly if you're not careful in your selection. So this is one of the easiest things to overlook when you're getting cheap frames, but you want to check for scratches. You want to check that the corners all meet, that there's not gaps. You want to check to make sure that even the little notches that keep the back of the painting in, that little board in, you want to make sure that they've put those in the right spot, because it is so cheap. It's often put together in a really shoddy kind of a way. I've seen some really terrible things, so please learn from my mistakes and try to find frames that you like the shape of, because what we're going to do here is we're going to use spray paint to coat these frames. So once you've selected your frames, you're also going to need to select your spray paint. So for this project, I used this sort of rose gold bronze color, which was not quite as yellow as I was thinking it was going to be, but I do still like the color. It's very pretty. It just didn't happen to go with my booth. Now, you're not going to find good spray paint at the Dollar Tree. I actually got mine at Walmart, which is another sort of a cheaper store, but it's not quite as cheap as the Dollar Tree. So you are going to want to splurge on your spray paint so that you can make all of your frames look uniform, like they're part of one art collection. Once you get everything home, you are going to carefully remove the backings on the frames. And when I say careful, I mean really careful, because these frames can break while you are adjusting them. So something that I found that works is if you hold down the outside of the frame while you are lifting up the metal with the other hand, that helps it not to break out of the frame itself. And yes, they really are that cheap. So once you remove the backing and the glass and all of that stuff, and you just have a frame, go ahead and set it on some cardboard or on a tarp that you're okay with getting spray paint on. Make sure it's in a well-ventilated place, because this spray paint is very fumey. What you're gonna do once you have them all set out, face up, is you're gonna spray them. Try to do it in even coats, do nice even passes. Don't soak any of the places on the painting. You're probably gonna need 2 to 3 passes on this. So if it looks really light on the first pass, it's okay. Don't spray too much, just come back on the second pass. So because I was in a hurry for this video, I only got to do 2 passes. I would actually rather have done 3, but it still worked out well. It still looked beautiful, and it looked great in my booth. I did find that the spray paint comes off really easily if you're not careful, if you get it scratched. So in the future, I might want to either sand the frames beforehand or do that third pass. It could really help out. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you are a Christian creative and you want to grow in your creativity and in your love for God, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. Be so blessed.